Well. Welcome back to New York Sports WickerMedia. I'm Wa2K99. Thank you, as always, for taking the time to watch these videos. So it is time for Week 8 in the NFL, and it is time to make our confidence picks. So for those of you who have never watched one of these videos before, what we do is we pick every game on the NFL schedule for that week, and we don't pick against the spreads. We pick winners. Or we try to anyway, and then we assign a confidence rating to every game for a full week like this one. It's 16 points, the game we got the most confidence in, 1 point, the game we got the least confidence in. The goal is to score as many points as possible, and we play it on ESPN, and we kind of evaluate where we are in the overall percentile as the season goes on. So we're going to get into our picks in just one moment, but before we do that, we hold ourselves accountable on this channel. So here's how we did in week 7. Finished 10-5 for the week. We're actually looking really good. We were 10-3 going into Monday, but unfortunately we lost both Monday Night Football games. It happens. So we finished with 94 points for the season. We are 60 up and 47 down. And our total of 555 points puts us in the 70.6 percentile. That's up 2.7% from last week. So climbing, slowly, steadily climbing. That is good. Looking at this week, this is a yucky week. You may have 2 or 3 games that you could consider really good, exciting games, but it's one of those weeks where a lot of people are going to pick the same games the same way. So it's going to be kind of hard to gain ground because the only way you could really do it is if you see the upsets and then you pick them. This week, it might be a little bit more challenging. So let's get right into this week. So my number 16 game, what am I going to wager the most on? The Tennessee Titans at the Detroit Lions. Of course, I'm picking Detroit. This could be scary. The quarterback situation is very uncertain for Tennessee. It looks like Mason Rudolph will be behind center. The Titans are a league worst -9 turnover ratio. The Lions defense, to me, I expected a little bit more from it. They haven't been quite as good as I was expecting, certainly without Aiden Hutchinson, but they are capable of making big plays when they need to. And on the other side of the ball, Tennessee's defense is 20th in quarterback rate, and now they face an offensive line that is in the top 2, top 3 in the game. Plus, the Titans haven't won a game outside of Nashville or Miami in almost 2 years. Give me the Lions, best bet. On to number 15, the Carolina Panthers at the Denver Broncos. Well, Carolina's been consistently horrible all year. Aside from their Week 3 win over the Raiders, they have lost their other 6 games by an average of 24.5 points per game. Denver's coming off a little extra rest. Their defense is excellent. They're at home. Give me Denver. 14, the Kansas City Chiefs at the Las Vegas Raiders. Welcome back, Gardner Minshew. The Raiders in their last 3 games have a -9 turnover ratio. Plus, in that time, they're averaging about 15 points per game. I think that Chiefs defense makes life miserable for the Raiders. Never mind what they could do on offense. The addition of DeAndre Hopkins, it just makes them better. Number 13, the New York Giants at the Pittsburgh Steelers on Monday Night Football. I'm taking Pittsburgh. This is the 2nd straight week a team from New York comes to town to play a standalone game. Giants are just too banged up, especially at tackle, and now they need to stop Watt and Highsmith. Good luck with that. On offense, the Giants have scored 10 points total in the last 2 weeks, and now in Week 8, they face a top 10 defense. It don't look too good for Big Blue, so I got to take the Steelers, 13 points. My number 12 game will be the Green Bay Packers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. I'm taking Green Bay on the road. Congratulations to Jacksonville for that 2nd win, albeit against that powerhouse team in New England. The one worry I have in this game is that the Packers do have the Lions next week. You have to wonder if this could be something of a trap game. But the Jaguars' secondary stinks. I don't see them stopping Jordan Love and company. Plus, best of all, the Packers added Robert Saleh to their coaching staff. What could go wrong there? What a disaster. Number 11, the Indianapolis Colts at the Houston Texans. Somehow this game is for first place in the AFC South. The Colts are kind of like a week 4-3. Like right now, they're right there on the, I think they have the last playoff spot right now in the AFC. I don't see it lasting much longer. Houston dropped a very tough game in Green Bay. They should have won it, in all fairness. Texans are 3-0 at home this year. They'll be home again. And if you're a Jets fan, root hard for Houston. One, for wild card purposes, and two, I don't need the Jets playing the Texans when they're coming off 2 straight defeats. Number 10, the New Orleans Saints at the Los Angeles Chargers of San Diego, California. The Saints are a mess, losers of 5 straight. Derek Carr is out again. Spencer Rattler is in. And you know the Chargers are ticked about blowing a game to Arizona. That run game is going to be too much for a beat-up New Orleans defense. And I think the Chargers' defense is rather underrated. There's no other team in football that's allowed 20 or fewer points in every game they have played. I'm going to take the Chargers with my number 10. On to number 8, the Baltimore Ravens at the Cleveland Browns. So it looks like Jameis Winston will be playing quarterback for Cleveland. There is a part of me that wonders if Deshaun Watson being out will boost the rest of the team. That's why I've only got this down at number 9. Still, Cleveland, they have not scored 20 points in a single game yet all year. If we were picking by the spread, I got to tell you, I would take Cleveland. Baltimore's favored in this game by 10. But you know what? Lamar Jackson's playing too well right now. I didn't expect him to be as good against Tampa Bay as he was on Monday. He's just rolling, but I think this game is a lot closer than people think. Let's go to number 8, the Buffalo Bills at the Seattle Seahawks. This is a long trip for the Bills. I wonder if they're going to start to read their press clippings just a little bit. I see a lot of points in this one for sure. The Seahawks did terminate a 3-game losing streak with an impressive performance against Atlanta. Bills are rolling right now. I don't know. I'm taking the Bills. Yeah, I'm just going to go with the Bills. It's pretty much just on instinct at this point. I just think they're playing better all the way around than Seattle, and Seattle does have some serious injuries on defense. Number 7, the Dallas Cowboys at the San Francisco 49ers. Man, this game should have had a lot more excitement than it does. Dallas coming off their bye. Niners have a ton of injuries, and Kyle Shanahan's offense has been hit extra hard. Brandon Ayuk out for the year. George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Juwan Jennings all missed practice on Wednesday. As for Dallas, Micah Parsons is looking to be a game-time decision. But I'm taking San Francisco, and here's why. These two teams have faced off 3 times in the last 34 months. Niners have won all 3 times, and in each of those games, the Cowboys have averaged 13 points per game on offense. So I'm going to take the Niners at home in Santa Clara. Let's go to number 6, the Chicago Bears against the Washington Commandskins. Well, it was supposed to be Caleb Williams against Jane Daniels. Now it's Caleb Williams against Marcus Mariota. So there goes the sex appeal of that game. And you could say, some people are saying, the offense for Washington, it didn't fall off last week when Mariota came in. But come on, they played the Carolina Panthers. And the Bears have won 4 games. Yes, they're 4-2, good for them. But who have they beaten? Look at it. Tennessee, the Rams, Carolina, and Jacksonville. Those 4 teams have a combined 6-20 record. I'm taking Washington at home. Number 5, the New York Jets, Jets at the New England Patriots. My, how the mighty have fallen, and my, how the incompetent remain incompetent. This is the Spiro Ditas, Adam Archuleta game on CBS. When that's the game, when that's the broadcast team you have, you're pretty much at the bottom of the barrel. Pats have lost 6 straight. The Jets have lost 4 straight. The Jets have a lot more talent than the Patriots, but no cohesiveness or testicles. And the Patriots are playing much the same way. They are in disarray with their head coach calling their team soft. I think this is a game where the Jets get right. They look good for 1 week. I think they're winning this game on the road, which would be their 3rd straight win over New England. If the Jets lose this game, send them to the UFL. Please. Number 4, this game is going on right now as I speak. The Minnesota Vikings at the LA Rams. Last I saw, the game was tied at 14 late in the first half. So this is the Thursday night game. I'm taking Minnesota. The Vikings lost their first game of the year last week and a heartbreaker. Rams did dominate the Raiders. Now the Rams are getting back Cooper Kupp and Puka Nacua in the lineup for the first time in 6 weeks. TJ Hawkinson was supposed to play for Minnesota. Is not happening. This doesn't take away, though, the fact that the Rams are 28 in defensive EPA against the pass. They do not have a good pass defense, basically. And Matthew Stafford, he is getting pressure 26% of the time, and those Vikings love to blitz. And I think Minnesota is going to be a little bit better off having the short week. They will be looking to dish out some punishment. So I'm taking the Vikings on the road. By the time you see this video, the game may very well be over. Number 3, okay, now it's getting a little bit tighter. The Atlanta Falcons at the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. NFC South game, first place on the line. No Godwin or Evans for Tampa Bay in this game. That's going to be tough on Baker Mayfield. Mayfield has thrown 800 passes with the Bucs, and 372 of those went to those two wide receivers. But what was jarring to me is that Atlanta played so poorly against Seattle. I really had higher hopes for them. But you know what? Tampa Bay is operating on a short week. The Falcons are coming off a 20-point loss to Seattle. I'm going to say they're going to play a lot better than they did. I'm going to say that's their wake-up call. Atlanta is also a lot healthier. I'm going to take them on the road. These last 3 games, even 4 games really are really tough to call. Number 2, the Eagles at the Bengals. Wow, this one's fun. This is sort of the parallel tracks game. You've got 2 good teams that should be capable of more than what we've seen. Got off to very slow starts, but have been improving quite noticeably in the last couple of weeks. I just don't know about the Philadelphia defense stopping Cincinnati in the jungle. And that Cincy defense has been playing much better the last 2 weeks. I think this is a very close game, but I'm going to take Cincinnati at home over Philadelphia. And my number 1 game is the Arizona Cardinals at the Miami Dolphins. Tua is expected back at quarterback for Miami. The fact that it's still a little bit questionable is the only reason I didn't rank this a little bit higher. We'll see how dynamic he is, like how on his game he is coming back after about 6 weeks out. But thankfully for him, he has a very terrible Arizona defense to face. Cardinals also got an upset win on Monday they probably shouldn't have got. Now they got to play in Miami on a short week. I don't think they're keeping that momentum from Monday to Sunday. I'm taking Miami in this game to win their 3rd of the season. All right, guys, those are my picks for Week 8 in the National Football League. If you've got some picks, put them right down there in the comments. I will be releasing in the next couple of days my Jets versus Pats game preview video. Also, the Jets-Pats video with the bowl predictions and score predictions. So look for those to be out by Saturday morning. Everybody, thanks so much for watching. Have a great day, and I will see you right back here with more content from you know where. The Wicker Chair.